Do you remember the Monopoly man, that rich Uncle Pennybags with a monocle in his eye? Or that classic line from Star Wars, where Darth Vader leans in and says, "Luke, I am your father"? Well, what if I told you both of those memories are wrong? There was never a monocle, and the actual line is, "No, I am your father." If you're feeling a little shaken right now, you're not alone. Welcome to the bizarre and fascinating world of the Mandela Effect. This phenomenon is named after Nelson Mandela. In 2010, a paranormal researcher named Fiona Broom was at a conference and started talking to people about her memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. She was shocked to discover that many people shared this exact same memory. Of course, the reality is that Mandela was released from prison in 1990 and lived until 2013, serving as the president of South Africa. So how could so many people remember his death so vividly, yet so incorrectly? This is the core of the Mandela Effect, a collective misremembering, where a large group of people believes an event or detail happened one way, when all evidence points to the contrary. It's the feeling that reality itself has been subtly changed. The internet is flooded with examples that will make you question your own mind. Let's start with a childhood favorite, Pikachu. What color is the tip of his tail? If you said black, you're with the majority, and you're also wrong. Pikachu's tail has always been solid yellow. Go ahead, look it up. There's a black tip on his ears, and our brains seem to blend the two details together, creating a false memory that feels completely real. How about the beloved children's book series, The Berenstain Bears? Or is it the Berenstain Bears? Millions of people swear they grew up reading the Berenstain Bears, yet every book cover, every piece of official merchandise, has always spelled it with an A. This is one of the most classic and debated examples. It's so widespread that people have developed complex theories just to explain this one spelling discrepancy. Let's dive into some more movie-related ones. In The Silence of the Lambs, what does Hannibal Lecter say when he first meets Clarice Starling? Most people confidently quote, "Hello Clarice." It's an iconic, chilling line. The problem is, he never says it. What he actually says is simply, "Good morning." The famous quote is a fabrication, a pop culture echo that has become more famous than the real line. Similarly, in the Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen never says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." The actual line is, "Magic mirror on the wall." It's a small change, but it's one that countless people get wrong. So what's going on here? Is this proof of alternate realities, glitches in the Matrix, or evidence that we're all shifting between parallel universes? It's a thrilling idea, and it's the one that has captivated the internet. The theory goes that we are constantly sliding between different timelines. In one timeline, Nelson Mandela did die in prison. In another, Pikachu does have a black-tipped tail. Our memories are remnants, echoes from a reality we've left behind. While it's an exciting concept straight out of science fiction, most scientists and psychologists have a more down-to-earth explanation. The truth is probably less about parallel universes and more about the fallibility of the human brain. Our memory is not a perfect video recording. It's not like we press a button and play back a flawless digital file of our past experiences. Instead, memory is a reconstructive process. Every time you recall a memory, you are not just playing it back, you are actively rebuilding it. During this process, our brains can make mistakes. They can fill in gaps with information that seems plausible or logical. This is called confabulation. Your brain isn't lying to you on purpose, it's just trying to create a coherent story. For example, with the Monopoly man, he's a caricature of a Gilded Age tycoon. A top hat, a cane, a mustache, a monocle just fits the image perfectly. So our brain adds it in, because it makes sense. It completes the picture. Then there's the power of suggestion, and the internet's role as a giant echo chamber. Once a piece of misinformation gets out there, it can spread like wildfire. Someone posts about remembering Berenstain Bears. Hundreds of people see it and think, "Hey, I remember it that way too." This social reinforcement makes the false memory stronger. The more we hear something, the more familiar it becomes, and our brain can mistake that familiarity for an actual memory. It's a feedback loop. The false information spreads online, gets repeated in conversations, and before you know it, it becomes a real memory for a massive number of people. It's not a conspiracy, it's just how our collective memory can be influenced and distorted. Think about branding and logos. Do you remember the Ford logo? Does it have a little curly flourish, a pigtail on the F? Many people remember it that way, but the modern logo is much simpler. Was it changed, or did our brains just embellish it over time? Another one is the fruit snack Fruit Loops. Or is it Fruit Loops? Despite millions of people remembering the fruit spelling, it has always been Fruit Loops. And what about the candy Kit Kat? Is there a hyphen between kit and cat? Nope, there never has been. But it feels like there should be, right? These small details get blurred and altered in our minds, creating a shared alternative history that exists only in our collective consciousness. It even extends to geography. How many people believe that the state of Florida is directly south of Georgia and Alabama, kind of tucked underneath them? In reality, it's almost entirely east of Alabama, jutting out into the Atlantic. Our mental maps are often simplified and distorted for convenience, and these mental shortcuts can become what we believe to be true. So, while the idea of slipping between dimensions is a lot more exciting, the psychological explanation is just as fascinating. It reveals the inherent weaknesses and quirks of human cognition. The Mandela Effect is a powerful reminder that our perception of reality is subjective. Our memories are not static files stored in a hard drive. They are living, breathing stories that we rewrite every single time we tell them. They are influenced by our expectations, by what others tell us, and by our brain's constant effort to make sense of a complicated world. The Mandela Effect isn't a glitch in the universe. It's a feature of the human mind. It shows us that memory is fragile, malleable, and incredibly easy to influence. So the next time you and your friends are arguing about a movie, quote, or a brand name, remember the Mandela Effect. You might both be right, in your own minds at least. What are some of the Mandela effects that have messed with your head the most? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to read them and see how many we share. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the mysteries of the mind, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that makes you think. See you next time.